and I would like to welcome you to the first meeting of the Town of West Hartford Civilian Police Review Board. Tonight's meeting is being conducted in a hybrid format in accordance with the Governor Lamont's executive orders regarding the conduct of public meetings. All Civilian Police Review Board members, its alternates, and town staff are present and participating in person. Members of the public are attending in person and also have the option to view the meeting on WHCI or Comcast Channel 5, Frontier Channel 6098, YouTube, or they can listen to the meeting live by calling 1-408-418-9388 and enter access code 1321000650. That's a long access code. All right, that number again is 408-418-9388 and access code 1321000650. Before we can officially start any meetings, we need the board, so we have to swear you in as board members. So we have our wonderful town clerk here to swear each of you in. So I'm going to, we will do it by, do you want to do it by terms? Okay, okay. Okay, so are going to call each and every one of you up, and you'll come up and you will take the oath. So Veronica Badiola, Robin Kaler, is it Kaler? Kaler, sorry, Robin, I knew that. Adrian Billings-Smith, Alberto Cortez, Bjorn Burke, Nabin Chetri, Olinda Morales, and we will swear you in first, and then we will swear in the alternates. Thank you, Ms. LeBreau. Yay, congratulations. And why don't you take seats up along the chairs here, and then we will now swear in the alternates, Matthew Horwitz, Kathleen Costello-Hinman, and Gabriella Downey, and the alternates will sit here, okay? And once you've elected a chair, it might be best if the chair sits at the center mic there, but we can juggle around a little bit. Maybe leave that seat open, and then the chair can fill in. So, okay? Yay. Okay, so you can sit right there. All right. So now you are officially members of our first truly civilian police review board. I want to introduce you to, and you will be hearing from Chief Riddick, who is standing in the back there, and Assistant Chief Tara, who has done a lot of research across the country on civilian review boards. Our town manager, Matt Hart, is here. From our Corporation Counsel's office, we have Attorney Latour here helping us out, and you've met, obviously, Essie LeBreau, our town clerk. Thank you to the families, and thank you to citizens of West Hartford who are agreeing to serve in this very important role and for this very important board. When I spoke with many of you, I asked some of the things that were important to you. I think I asked you the most important thing, and I think all of you in one or two, the first two answers said safety and community and connections and diversity. Those were all those words I really strongly heard from all of you. And that is what this is all about. This is about preserving and protecting all of our citizens in an accountable way. And our police, we have a police department that is truly committed to community policing. Just the formation of this board is a very strong signal of that. The support that we had from the town manager and from our chief and assistant chief in leading us and to getting to this point made it very clear that they are very committed to accountability and transparency and respect. And I think all of you, when in deciding who was going to be on this board, and we had a tremendous amount of interest. We had 80 applicants. That's the biggest I think we've had, Ms. LeBreau, right, for a board. And all of you, I believe, and the council believes, will treat this position respectfully, take it seriously and act respectfully and not bring prejudices and biases, but truly analyze the situations that you're presented with. And that's why you are sitting here. And I know that, again, like I said, you're not going to be quiet once you get to know each other. I'm a little jealous because I think this is such a great group of people. And I know you're going to have really strong relationships on the board and probably outside of the board as well. And I really want to thank you for your service to the town of West Hartford and to the really fundamental importance of making sure that our police and community have complete faith, trust, accountability, and transparency with each other. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Riddick.
Good evening, everyone. With all due respect to you, the town manager, and the mayor, I want to thank you for your service and your commitment. This year, in October, I'll be 55 years old, and it's funny, when you're a lot younger, you really have no concept of time. And as you get older, you realize how short and how compressed time is, and more importantly, you realize how short your life is on this planet. So when someone takes their time out of their day, out of their work schedule, from their family to sit on a board, when someone takes their time to commit themselves to their community in an effort to improve the community, to learn about the community, I don't take that lightly, nor do the men and women of the West Hartford Police Department. So I want to thank you for your dedication, your commitment. I want to thank you in advance for your service. I look forward to our conversations, our dialogues going back and forth. Without being too bold or arrogant, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm open. Our reports will show you whatever we need to show you. We'll have open conversation. We'll take any questions or concerns, and we'll go back and forth. And I'm very confident that when you do receive the internal affairs reports, you'll see they're thorough, they're transparent, and we do a good job. Now, you might catch a typo or two, because you're some smart people over here, but besides that, we don't hide anything. We don't. So thank you. I look forward to this relationship, and I'm glad it's finally came to fruition. And before I sit down, I have some gifts from you, because I was taught well by my dad.
And he goes. Thank you. I didn't get one. No, teasing. No, I didn't. And this is Sarah over here keeping us all on task and taking notes. Okay, so I am anxious to hear again from all of you. So I would love to go around the table and have each of you introduce yourself. And actually, I'll call on you in alphabetical order. That will just make things a little bit better. So we will start. Sorry, Veronica. So I think you should push the button, and it should turn red. Yes. Okay. Perfect. So Veronica, you start. And make sure you state your name. And
goody. Okay. I'm Veronica Badiola. I've been a resident of West Hartford for 27 years, and thank you for the opportunity given to me. Very thankful to serve in this board. I care very deeply about this town. We have cemented deep roots with my family here. I raised 2 children here. They're now very much adults. And I look forward to serve this community that has given so much to me and my family. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. And your background is in...
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I work at the Institute of Living as a clinician for about 13 years, and then I went to Intercommunity in East Hartford. I served as a clinician again there for 3 more years, and then I stopped working.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you, and thank you for your time. Adrian Billings-Smith is next.
Hi all, I am Adrienne Billings-Smith. Today is actually my 8th year anniversary of being in West Hartford. I am a local attorney currently on hiatus because I'm doing a lot of community work with my organization. I'm also a flight attendant, so I've been around the world. I'm super happy to be here, honored and humbled. I'm so ready to get to work with all of you. I've read your profiles, and I think that this is an amazing board that the mayor has put together. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Adrian. And again, thank you for all that you do. Bjorn Burke, next.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Bjorn Burke. I've been a resident for West Hartford for 4 years. I've been in the U.S. for a little over 21 years. I'm excited at the opportunity to work with each and every one of you. Excited about working as a cohesive unit. As Adrian mentioned, we're excited to work and collaborate with the West Hartford Police Department to serve our community well, and at the same time, to enjoy yourself and have fun, even though we have serious work. So thank you, Mayor Cantor. Thank you, Chief Reddick, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. And very important message. Always enjoy being with each other. And like as the chief said, time goes by very quickly, so may as well enjoy it. All right. Nabeen?
Hello, everybody. Namaste. My name is Nabeen Chatri. I am originally from Nepal. Roughly 18 years ago, I moved to U.S., and ever since I moved, I call West Hartford my home. And I have 2 kids. Both of them are, one of my son is in high school, daughter is in middle school. And, it's my pleasure and it's my honor to be here in the group of these wonderful people. Thank you, Mayor, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, Chief, and look forward to work with everybody. And I'm excited and want to be part of the town I live in. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Nabeen. I'm sorry, I called up Veronica, but you come from a varied, and I think you'll learn it about each other, but you all come with different life experiences, work experiences, really. So that was sort of where, but it's more important to hear about you. So Alberto, next.
Hello, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve on this committee. I'm honored. My name is Alberto Cortez. I lived in West Hartford for 23 years with my wife, Jessica, my 2 boys, Adrian and Gabriel Cortez, who have been going through the West Hartford public school systems. As far as background for me, I served in the Army National Guard for 6 years, Department of Corrections for almost 21 years, and I am currently in West Hartford United Methodist Church, the assistant administrator there. And I'm really passionate about this community. I like being involved, and if you want to make change and things happen, I feel you have to be involved to do so and not watch from the sidelines. So I like to stay active.
Thank you, Alberto. Robin?
My name is Robin Kaler. I've been living in West Hartford for the past 17 years. I'm an employment lawyer and practice in Hartford, Connecticut. I'm looking forward, this is very important work, and I'm looking forward to working among all of this talented group and to give back to the community that has given me so much over the years.
Thank you so much, Robin. And Olinda?
Hello, everyone. I'm Olinda Morales. I have been a resident of West Hartford for over 25 years. I live here with my husband, Antonio. And, well, my daughter no longer lives with me. She's an adult now, Raquel. She also lives in town. I practice public health law and also immigration law. So I love to serve the town like all of you. I'm grateful to live here and I'm grateful for the opportunity. So I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you so much. And now to our alternates, Gabriella.
Hello. Hello to everyone back there too. My name is Gabby. I'm a resident of West Hartford for 25 years. I did go to the local schools and I even went to college in the area. I'm very excited for this opportunity. As many people mentioned, I think this change is really needed and I'm really glad to be sharing this moment with all of you.
Thank you, Gabriella. Kathleen?
Hi, good evening. I'm Kathleen Heineman. I have lived in West Hartford for over 25 years as well. I am a social worker. I work for the Department of Children and Families, and I consult on child protection cases. I raised 4 sons who went up through the West Hartford Public Schools and now have grown and flown. So we are empty nesters, and I was one of the ones, I'm sure we all use the word community when talking about West Hartford when Mayor Cantor called each of us, and I want to do my part to make this community continue to be vibrant and wonderful and really, mission critical work that we all are doing. So thank you, and I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you, Kathleen. And there always is a special place for mothers of 4 sons. Just saying. And Matthew.
Sorry. A little mechanically disinclined. My name is Matt Horowitz. My wife and I have lived in West Hartford for 30 years. We have 2 grown adult kids, both of whom are no longer living with us, which is a good thing for all of us. I am an attorney. I am a partner in a small law firm in Hartford. Over a period of many years, I have had experiences working with the kinds of issues that we're going to be focusing on. And I'm very challenged by those issues. I look forward to working on them, and I look forward to working on them with all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. All right. Now we get down to the first piece of business that we have is to commence the process of electing the officers that are going to govern the meetings and run the meetings. So I'll facilitate the election for the position of chairperson. Once we have a chairperson elected, I will turn it over to the chairperson to preside over the election of the vice chairperson and secretary. So as our alternates will be serving on an as-needed basis, they will not be nominated as the leadership for or participate in the vote for officers. So it's the duty of the chairperson. I'll just give you a little outline to call the meeting to order, to preside over the meeting and announce the order of business, to state and to put to vote all questions that come before the board, and work with town staff to gather such information as the board may require in order to carry out its duties and responsibilities. Nominations for the positions of chairperson will be taken from the floor. Any regular member may nominate himself or herself for the role or any other regular member. After nominating process is finished, regular members must vote on the proposed candidates. So nominations are now in order for the position of chairperson of the Civilian Review Board. Are there any nominations? Adrian.
I would like to nominate Linda as our chairperson. Thank you.
So Olinda has been nominated as chairperson. Are there any other nominations? All right. Seeing none, the nominations are now closed. Olinda, would you like to just say a couple of sentences on your experience and, being on boards and what?
Sure. So, in the course of my work with the Department of Public Health, I frequently preside over cases as a hearing officer, and also I advise boards on disciplinary matters, frequently rule. When we hear cases, of course, we see cases fresh, the record is closed. We focus on the evidence that is before us without any bias. At least we try to be cognizant of that, not to have any ex parte communication. So I think process is very important for a procedure as the one that we are about to start having. So I do have a lot of experience with respect to that, and I hope I can, guide the board through that process intelligently and diligently.
Thank you so much. All right, so I think we can go to a vote, and all those in favor of for Olinda as chairperson, please raise your hand. Aye. Say aye, yeah. Okay. It looks like it's unanimous, Olinda. So why don't you go to the chair seat in the middle, and then there's a little congratulations and thank you. And there is a script. It should be a script. That's the other thing. You get a little assistance with agenda and all of that. And so you to run, but I will stay here in case you need as well. I have. So I'm sorry. I have the script. It's in the folder. I apologize.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So now I'm turning it over to Olinda for the election of vice chairperson, and also we also need to elect a secretary. So, or you also need to elect a secretary.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes. Well, the light needs to be on, and I think only two can be on at the same time. So just keep thank you so much.
Oh, I see. The left button is to silence everybody.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
thank you. And this one's voice activated. If anybody's speaking, like the one the chief gave, this is voice activated, so no buttons here.
Very good. Okay, excellent. So the role of the vice chair is to preside in the absence of the chair and to assume any responsibilities as may be prescribed by the board. Nominations are now in order for the position of the vice chair of the Civilian Police Review Board. As our alternates will be serving on a needed basis, they cannot nominate members to take part in the vote of others. Any nominations for the vice chair? Okay. Mr. Cortez?
I'll nominate myself for vice chair if there's no others.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, then the nominations are now closed. Are we ready for the vote? Okay, go ahead. Anyone in favor of Mr. Cortez, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Okay, I guess we have a unanimous vote. Welcome. Okay. So I get, excuse me, so we follow the same protocol, right? So now we're going to nominate a secretary, correct? Yes. Okay. Okay, so nominations are now in order for the position of Secretary of the Civilian Police Review Board. As our alternates will be serving on an as-needed basis, they cannot nominate members to take part on the vote for officers. So, are there anybody who wants to be nominated for Secretary? Excuse me? The duties of the secretary. Okay, so let me look at my cheat sheet. Secretary. So the role of the secretary is to draft the agenda, maintain a record of votes, and prepare the minutes for submission to the town clerk's office. Nominations are now in order for the position of Secretary of Civilian Police Review Board. Should I read that again? No, okay.
I'm sorry. I just don't remember people's name yet. So if I would like to nominate somebody, but I would like to nominate you.
Robin.
Robin.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Is there any other person who wants to be nominated for secretary? Okay. I guess if there are not any further nominations, then the nominations are closed and we're ready for a vote. Everybody in favor? Okay, there we go. Now we have a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I guess we need to establish a meeting schedule for the calendar year 2021. The meetings will take place in Town Hall. The town clerk recommends that the meeting take place on the fourth Wednesdays of every month, commencing on the 23rd of June. I'd like to open the meeting time for discussion among the members, 8 a.m. or 6:30 p.m.
Fourth Wednesday.
At 8 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. So you're the one 6:30, Adrian 6:30, Veronica?
Yeah, 6:30.
Naveen? Alberto?
6:30.
Robin, 6:30? Okay, 6:30 it is.
Wednesday.
Okay, so now we move to the, I guess that was part A of the program. Now we are on part B of the program, which is the overview of informational sessions. Mr. Hart, would you like to present an overview of the informational sessions, please?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. Matt Hart, Town Manager. I'd like to add to the Mayor and Chief Riddick's comments and thank you very much for the work you're about to embark upon. Thank you for your service and in this inaugural role, very important role for the town. And we look forward to working with you to make sure that your service is successful. In that vein, we have put together a proposed curriculum for you, which I will transmit to the chair, and she can circulate to all the members for your review and feedback. We are recommending roughly 8 to 10 hours of what we would consider to be mandatory training. I think you could handle that either in one long day or perhaps break it up over 2 days. And then we also have some more voluntary elements that we would recommend you take advantage of as well. So with respect to what we see as the mandatory elements, and we do want to review this with the Town Council's Public Safety Committee one more time at their meeting tomorrow evening, and then again I will forward it on to the chair for dissemination to the committee. We want to provide you with a bit of a general orientation. We'll talk about the origin of the board and its charge, where it falls under the town's organization. We will then have a discussion of various legal considerations that you need to be aware of, such as our public meeting laws, confidentiality requirements, etc. And then as a fourth component, we want to give you a condensed version of our police academy. The police academy that we run here in town. Again, we think it would be a very good orientation for you. As part of that, we'll talk about the organization of the department. We'll talk about patrol practices and procedures, traffic stop procedures, use of force guidelines. That will be a very important component. So those are just three or four of the things we will discuss in that setting, under that subject. And then next, we would also like to review your board procedures with you, such as your intake procedures, how you're going to run your hearings and your meetings, case review, presentation, findings, how you're going to maintain a record, etc. So we see all of those things as mandatory elements and would be very important for your service. What we would see as more voluntary items, but would strongly encourage you to take advantage of these opportunities. One would be a ride-along with one of our police officers. It's probably something you would do one, maybe two of you at most at a time. You would be assigned by the chief to ride along with an officer on one of our shifts. And we have 3 shifts, and we would work out a schedule that was mutually convenient. And then the second opportunity, which we would highly recommend, and the chief has promised me there is no danger of any physical harm here, would be to attend and witness a use of force simulator. And I believe the one we wish to use is in Milford, correct? Correct, Chief? So the Milford Police Department has graciously offered this. We would bring you down to the facility so that you could observe. And really, it would help you to experience a little bit about how police officers are trained to respond to a use of force situation, as well as the de-escalation techniques that they are taught and what they use. So that's just a quick overview of what we're contemplating. Again, we want to review it with the Council's Public Safety Committee one more time tomorrow night, and then we will transmit it to you for your review and discussion later this month. Happy to take any quick questions you might have, Madam Chair.
Anyone has a question? Actually, I do. I don't know if it would be for you or for the chief. Are you expecting any certain number of review cases?
We can, Chief, maybe you can come up and talk a little bit about what we anticipate as the workload. Generally, how many IAs we might take in over a calendar year.
Thus far this year, we've had 5 complaints. Last year, we had 11 complaints. So that's roughly your number. And again, we can coordinate the scheduling along with that going forward.
How do the complaints come in?
And we'll take anything, napkin, phone call,
No, I'm talking
verbally.
about, where is the contact information for complaints to come in?
I'm not sure I'm following the question. It's the
Like-
complaint, you can
like
find the
if
complaint
I
online.
were a citizen and I wanted to file a complaint, what is?
Yeah, it's again, I wasn't joking. We will take a complaint on a napkin. If someone writes a complaint on a napkin, gets submitted to the police department, we'll take it, we'll review it. It goes through my office. Sarah records it, and then I decide whether or not it goes to professional standards for more serious IAs, use of force, theft, and then if it's just rude behavior, that would go to patrol division. Yeah. So we'll take anything. Yes.
When are we starting our training? Do you have any idea? July?
Again, we would suggest the key decision you need to make is, do you want to do this in one long day or over a couple of sessions? So I'll coordinate with the chair so we can discuss that. What we were contemplating is you could take a Saturday, for example, a long day on Saturday. We'll feed you, give you breaks, etc. Complete the training then, or you could break it up over a couple of sessions. But we would not recommend extending it over several months.
Okay, thanks.
Will that be, the training would be in a group, or if, say, it has to be all 7 in one group format, or it could be individual?
What we would recommend is the training would be as a group.
Okay.
And I don't think I mentioned this. In terms of who would be conducting the training, it would probably be a combination of Chief Riddick, Chief Tara. I would probably handle some of it, as would Corporation Counsel's office. And then in terms of, so for you all, we would recommend that you participate in the training as a group, with the exception of the voluntary exercises.
One more question. So
Sure.
is this meeting the meeting for June, or are we having an additional meeting? Or that depends on us?
I think it depends on you in part and what type of complaints we might receive. So I'll be able to forward this on to you tomorrow, Madam Chair, the schedule. Excuse me, the following day on Thursday, so you can transmit it to the group. If you know your meeting in June, if you'd rather dedicate that to training, I'm sure we could work within that schedule.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any additional matters? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay. Excellent, thank you.
I second.
Excellent. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.